Welcome back into the den. I'm Tobin here for a fragrance review collaboration with Hendrix Classics and Rich Man Shaving Mogul. Mogul is inspired by the 2011 release of Scandal by Roja Dove. This is an old school fragrance. It was created in 2011, but it was what they were after was going after a fragrance that your grandfather or father might have worn, something more reminiscent of the 60s, 70s, and very early 80s. That is what you're going to get from this fragrance. And I think it's a bold move for Rich and Pete to do this because it's a break from the norm. And that's something that I really, really like and admire about this release. I have the full soap. I have the full set. Soap and Splash. This will be a giveaway video. We'll be giving away a full set. I also have this small bottle of the EDP. Now, I've had this set for a couple of months. The top notes are very polarizing. You're either going to love the top or you're going to flat out hate the top. My wife and daughter are not fans at all of the top notes. In fact, one day I had put on the EDP and Emily walked into the bathroom and said, "What stinks?" It was me. Real briefly, for those who might not know how a fragrance works, you have the top. I'm not going to list the notes. There's 25 different notes in this fragrance. I'll have it up here on the screen. There's the top. The top is going to last anywhere from a few seconds to 5 to 15 minutes, depending on the fragrance. You then work your way into the middle or the heart, and that's going to last anywhere from 5 to 20, 30, 45 minutes. And then you transpire into what's known as the base, and the base can last anywhere from a few minutes to 20 or 30 minutes or even an hour. But eventually, with all these fragrances, you work your way into the fourth and final stage. And that fourth and final stage is the fragrance that you're going to wear all day. The top notes in Mogul last 5 minutes tops, 3 to 5 minutes, and that's it, okay? So what I want to talk about, though, is how this fragrance really transpires into something that I just downright love. I'm not crazy about the top notes. For me, if I had to rate the top, like when you first apply it, when you first put it on, it's a 5 at best. I mean, it might even be a 4, with 10 being love it, 1 being hate it. This fragrance, I've been giving this a lot of thought over the last couple of months. Imagine Clark Gable meeting Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. That is the image that I want to invoke in your mind with this fragrance. The fragrance opens with a fresh, aromatic, white musk, hints of lemon, and a powdery, floral explosion. If you're familiar with my content, I'm not crazy about florals. That's one of the reasons why I don't like the top. It is a floral explosion. From there, though, it dries down into one of my absolute favorite fragrances. Once the dry down is complete, right? So we go from the top to the middle to the base. I'm going to skip describing the middle and the base because for me, where this fragrance shines is in the dry down. And the good news is that is the part that you're going to wear. This fragrance is going to last 8 to 12 hours on the skin, and that's the splash. You'll get this, the EDP, if you buy the EDP, it's an all-day fragrance. Once the dry down is complete, the fragrance has a rich and complex character that is both earthy and sophisticated. A blend of raw and natural scents with a touch of elegance. The aroma is multifaceted, combining a sense of the past with a clean, modern feel. It's strong and masculine, yet with the floral notes, it adds a hint of softness. It's a scent that's both refreshing and deep, with a woody base and a lively zest. Overall, it's pleasing and a diverse scent. What do you think of that? I put a lot of thought into describing this fragrance. For me, that is really what this fragrance is. It starts out floral, right? And that lemon, it is there. I love the lemon in the top. It is juicy. It is so natural and just smells real. And then as you work your way into it, it transforms into this fougere that is very classic and reminiscent of days of yore. And I just absolutely love the dry down. The top and the middle, I'm not so crazy about. But once we get down into the base and that dry down, once the fragrance settles, it is so good. Clark Gable meets Daniel Craig in Casino Royale. That is the type of fragrance that this is. It's a melting of past and present, and it's beautifully done. If that sounds like a fragrance you might like, you're probably going to love it. I love it. Anyways, you want to enter the giveaway. In my research of this fragrance, I also learned that a Mogul was a type of train that was first produced like up in Canada. So, for the giveaway, I had a brain fart. For the giveaway, thanks Pete, #Mogul. That's all you gotta do to enter the giveaway. Conus only because of the splash. And I'm going to announce the winner of this when I announce the winner of Chillin'. So, somewhere once we get to the 2K stuff, so you got plenty of time with it. And I want to thank Pete. I forgot to say at the beginning, I did not pay for the soap and splash. They were sent to me, or this little EDP. They were sent to me for review, and I won't profit from the sale of it. I genuinely love the dry down. Up until we get to the dry down, the fragrance, it's so. But like I said, the good news is the dry down is the fragrance that you're going to wear for 8 to 12 hours, and I love it. Your significant other might not. It's one of those fragrances, guys. It really is. It's one of those fragrances that people are going to love it or they're going to hate it. Once we get into the dry down, Alexis, my wife, gives it a 7. Emily is a 5. So there is that there. So my advice would be is if you do buy it, maybe don't have your wife or significant other smell it until it gets into the dry down. But I have a feeling that that dry down is going to grow on just about anybody. It's different. There's nothing else like it in your den. It's beautiful. Take care, and I'll see you next time.